The ruling NRM party's parliamentary caucus sitting in State House Entebbe endorsed incumbent Speaker Rebecca Kadaga and her deputy Jacob Oulanyah to remain in their seats. They will now take on other contenders as NRM candidates when the new MPs convene to elect the Speaker and Deputy Speaker on the 19th May. With a tyranny of numbers, where NRM has nearly 300 members in the 10th Parliament, out of the total 458 members, the status quo will most likely remain. We sounded out Nicholas Opio, a lawyer and a political analyst, and Dr. Frederick Kisekantare, a senior researcher and a political analyst, on this development.
Meddling of the NRM party into the internal process of Parliament of electing the Speaker is a process to undermine the independence of Parliament. They are not yet members of Parliament. They cannot sit to execute parliamentary duties.
Effectively, NRM ring-fenced the two positions for Kadaga and Oulanyah.
I think that the party should also be consistent. They were able to give my predecessor 10 years. They should not change the rules because it is me. They should also be consistent. Yes. And it's not about Rebecca Kadaga. It's about enforcing the Constitution. It requires us to give 1/3 of elected positions to the women. The President and the Vice President are men. The Chief Justice and the Deputy Chief Justice are men. Where do they want the women to go?
Oulanyah, who earlier sought to challenge Kadaga, was convinced to stay put, while his 7 opponents were also talked out of competing with him in the election in the NRM caucus.
Believe that I can make a good speaker? Yes, I can.
I think that Parliament begins on a very, very bad note, a note that will not give anybody optimism for an independent, assertive Parliament.
Kadaga and Oulanyah also threw mud at each other while campaigning.
That existed between the Speaker and her deputy will further make the work of Parliament more difficult.
The two politicians are likely to play politics as they have played it before. Like I've highlighted previously, Kadaga will play the politics of a moderate speaker. Oulanyah will play the politics of, no, we are the ruling party.
These fights have become public knowledge. They have been fought in public space. They've called themselves names. In the recent weeks, the name calling had even become more intense and personal.
Dr. Kiseka says Speaker Kadaga could strive to maintain her legacy as independent-minded, but Oulanyah may most likely continue bowing to the whims of ruling party to enable him to secure the same position in 2021 when Kadaga probably moves on.
Struggle to make a balance, to play a balance between legislature and executive. But I also think that she would want to be a speaker of legacy, a speaker who played both the ruling party and the speaker who played for the opposition. In that,
it's a misconception from the public that somehow Oulanyah gets a phone call from somebody to do certain things certain ways. It is not true.
That Oulanyah is also likely to play the card of an emerging speaker after Kadaga, because it is obvious that after Kadaga, Oulanyah would now would be the main man for the new speakership after 2021.
According to the analysts, the 10th Parliament will have difficulty exercising the doctrine of separation of powers between Parliament and the executive.
The bone of the Speaker, the backbone of the Speaker broken because of this kind of processes. I don't think she will assert herself in the way she has done in the past.
The ruling party is fused with the executive. And because the ruling party is fused with the executive, it therefore means that it will be very challenging.
With a speaker who is beholden to the ruling party and who holds his or her office at the whim of the ruling party, it will even be more precarious. The independence of Parliament will be more precarious. In fact, if that then becomes the case, we could as well just close Parliament and turn the NRM caucus into Parliament.
The analysts recommend that the mode of electing the Speaker needs to change if Parliament is to retain its independence, or else it will remain an appendage of the executive. Jingo Francis, NTV.